Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates says his foundation will invest billions to fight to stop that is COVID-19. He has been very vocal in the last few weeks on the pandemic. Cairo 7's Simni Kim continues our team coverage. Simni, he's hoping this is ultimately going to pay off in the form of a vaccine.
Steve, this comes as a second coronavirus vaccine trial backed by the Gates Foundation begins testing in humans today. As you mentioned, Bill Gates has been outspoken about how the U.S. needs to do more to get ahead of the coronavirus pandemic. His foundation has already donated $100 million to fight the virus, but now he's announced his foundation will spend billions more to fund factories that will develop a vaccine. In the race to develop a vaccine to combat the coronavirus, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates has made clear his foundation is invested in coming up with the solution.
Our foundation is trying to be as helpful in a very constructive way as possible, and that's why I've talked to the head of the pharmaceutical companies. We've talked to a lot of the agencies, including CDC and NIH, about how we work together on the vaccine and the drugs.
Now we've learned the Gates Foundation plans to spend billions of dollars to fund the construction of factories to develop a vaccine to combat the novel virus. This all before even seeing conclusive data. He talked about it on The Daily Show.
Our early money can accelerate things. So, for example, there's, of all the vaccine constructs, the 7 most promising of those, even though we'll end up picking at most 2 of them, we're going to fund factories for all 7.
We showed you when the first human trials began back in March at Kaiser Permanente. Seattle woman Jennifer Haller received the first experimental vaccine made by biotech company Moderna. To get to the best case of getting a vaccine to the public in 18 months, Gates says companies need to scale up manufacturing during testing instead of after. Mark Suzman, CEO of the Gates Foundation, discussed how the work needs to be fast-tracked on CNN.
We then need to be ready to scale and manufacture that vaccine in literally hundreds of millions and billions of doses, because it needs to go global when we have it. And so that's the challenge we have. It's a daunting timetable.
Gates acknowledged billions of dollars will be lost on the vaccines that don't pan out. But he says it's worth it because we don't have time to waste, considering the situation facing the world right now. He says a vaccine is the only thing that will let us go back completely to normal. Simni Kim, Cairo 7 News.